My name is Naraya Garin. The story of the person that I've been on the way to becoming the person that I am is long and complicated, filled with great triumphs, bitter failures, deliberate efforts to shape my character, and many great successes in the face of adversity. However, as far as I can tell, those things are all irrelevant to the story I want to share with you on this channel. The story I want to share with you is only just beginning. The protagonist I want to introduce you to is not defined by his past, but by the actions he is taking right now and by the deeds that are yet to come. This is a story that is actively unfolding, and I have no idea where it will lead or where it will end. I don't know what lessons it contains. I don't know what kind of person I will be when it's over. All I can share with certainty is this. My name is Naraya Garin, and I am 1 week into walking from the Venice Fishing Pier in Los Angeles, California, to Times Square, New York, while juggling the entire distance. I am 28 years old, married to a beautiful woman named Ariana, and I have a cat named Foot and a dog named Boudin. We live together in Louisville, Kentucky. For the last 16 years, I have been a student of the arts across many mediums and have been juggling for the better part of the last 6. I don't know why I've decided to leave my home behind in pursuit of this project that will at best challenge me to the edge of my spirit and at worst bring my spirit to an end. What I do know is that I've made many decisions in my life by following my intuition, and this is something that I know to the core of my being is the right thing for me to be doing. I can't possibly speculate what I expect to come out of this project, or what reward I think waits for me at the end of the line. Honestly, I'm still trying to understand the emotional process that led me to impose my will on the world in this way. I suspect that my understanding will develop itself gradually, mile by mile, as this journey continues. On May 25th, I began to drive west with my wife. The first destination was Colorado Springs to attend the U.S. Air Force Academy graduation and commissioning ceremony of our dear friend. On Friday, the 29th, my wife flew home and I continued the drive to California. On Saturday, the 30th, I did some shopping for last-minute travel accessories and had dinner with a friend. Then, suddenly, it was Sunday, May 31st, and I had just 1 day left to spend with myself before the start of my adventure that I had spent a year planning, preparing, and imagining for. So I am here in California at Mount San Antonio, hanging out, chilling a little bit before I start tomorrow. I don't really know how to feel about it or how I should be feeling about it. But I feel like it's one of those things where I've looked at a piece of art that I've been working on for so long that now I kind of think it's stupid. I'm sure that feeling will pass very soon. I just need to do the thing, but I'm kind of underwhelmed with how this is making me feel going into it. I'm not really, I don't know, I'm not nervous, but like, I feel like I'm not giving it a second thought. I just don't know what the second thought is supposed to be. But I'm excited. I'm gonna do some cool stuff and see some cool places. And yeah, California is beautiful so far. I miss my wife and dog. But I'm doing this for them. All right, well. I hope if you're watching this, you're doing well, and I hope that you'll continue to watch through the duration of my journey. So I just got to the hotel that I'll be in until Wednesday. This is about the halfway point of what I want to do in my first week. So the goal is by the time I finish up Wednesday, I'll be returning to this location, and then I'll grab everything for checkout. I am gonna do some laundry, get my bag packed for tomorrow, get some food, might see some friends in the area, return the rental van, scout out tomorrow's starting location, and then Uber back here, try to get to bed early so that I can get up super early, because I'm starting before sunrise so that I can beat the heat of the day, basically. But yeah, things are going well so far. So on the morning of the 1st, I drove my rental to LAX to return it and Uber over to the Venice fishing pier. I actually ended up getting into the wrong black Kia and had to turn around to get in the right one. From there, I chatted with the driver a bit about this project as I approached the long walk from the shore to my starting point. I'm here. I made it. Wow. It's hard to characterize how I feel right now, or to have some profound starting message for this trip. I wish that I had something better. I really do. I'm excited. I'm going to Times Square now, and I'll be there in a few days. This feels it feels right. This is incredible. This is incredible, and I'm glad to be here. Yeah. Here we go. Day 1, Times Square, here we come. My name is Nariah Guerin, and this is day 1 of Metal Ball Run.
Day 1, I got pretty excited about it being day 1, so I tried to do as much as I possibly could today, and I think I pushed a little too hard. I'm so tired that my body feels kind of like ill. I feel slightly nauseous. And I've had a headache for most of the day. But we did it. Day 1. I'm gonna get to bed now and try to get some good sleep so that I can have a nice, regular, well-paced day tomorrow. But
There is no failure worse than turning your back on adventure, to perish in bed untested, having never faced the impossible and carried the day. All right, so day 2 is done. Obviously, I'm in much better shape than I was yesterday. Yesterday, I was very excited about starting the trip, and I pushed myself way too hard. So, no regrets. Yesterday, I wanted to see what the actual limit of the day is. Most days, I'm planning on doing about 15 miles. That's kind of the checkpoint that if I can reach that, I'm happy with the day. No issues whatsoever. But like today, I only did just under 14 miles, but I'm okay with that. I wanted to wrap up early so that I could get back here to the hotel, still have some energy to do things, get organized. There's a few things outside of working on this video and the video for the day that I needed to work on the computer, so I wanted to make sure I wasn't totally burnt out. But day 2 was awesome. It was overcast, it was cool outside, the sun came out in the last like mile and a half that I was outside, so I wasn't even out for really long enough to need to put on sunscreen. And yeah, it was a easy day. I had my music on the speaker and I was just vibing it out. I am curious how these numbers are going to hold up on these shirts, because the screen printing is weird. So like I got these screen printed with the logo and day, and then I tried different kinds of like fabric paint and paint markers. It's a synthetic shirt, so like they paint a little bit weird, and I think that by day 5 and day 7 looked really good, but there was a different kind of material for some of the shirts that I got. So by day 14, they're all good from there on. But this still looks kind of funky because I was in a learning phase of figuring this out, and it looks like it's bleeding a little bit. And then I don't know if it's visible on camera, but the spot where the backpack straps were left like a little bit of a dirty line. I'll probably need to wash my backpack at the end of each week, but yeah, anyway, it's going pretty well so far. The feeling that I had ending yesterday was kind of a little bit demoralized because I pushed myself so hard that when I got back here, I just felt so dead, so beat. Like, how am I going to possibly do this? How am I going to keep up with this? How do I do this every day for the next like 7 months? And I also, yesterday I learned kind of the hard way. I had a fanny pack on because there's like a handful of things that I don't necessarily want in my pockets that I want quick access to. So I had a fanny pack on my right side, and over time, like when a little bit of weight is like bumping against my right hip, like no worries. But over time, it messed me up, and I didn't even realize it until the end of the day. But I spent the whole night just like sleeping weird in different positions so that I could stretch my hip, because it feels like somebody kicked me yesterday. Like I feel like bruised on my hip in a pretty big way. But I feel a little better after today. I kind of walked it off. And yeah, the video that I posted yesterday has done really well on each of the platforms. People seem very excited about this project, and the words of encouragement and the immediate validation that comes with people commenting on this and supporting the project means the world to me. So I think I can do this. I've been working on this conceptually in spite of the things my brain wants to tell me are bad about this, or less than as far as the idea of this whole concept goes. But not that I'm the kind of person that needs a lot of external validation, but external validation is really nice. So yeah, I'm about to start working on my day 2 video after I wrap up here, and then get that posted, and then I'm going to start working on my weekly video for the YouTube channel, which I should be posting on Sunday. Yeah, it's going well so far. So Times Square is just over the horizon. In the first 7 days of this journey, I walked a total of 100.68 miles, averaging 14.38 miles per day. Day 3. Not that bad. I started really early today, so I wrapped up pretty early. And today checked out of the first hotel so that I could do a little bit of a migration further east, and then work towards this hotel for the next 3 days. Jack got here today. This is my brother.
What's up?
He's visiting, hanging out.
Hey.
We're gonna go do crazy stuff tomorrow after I'm done walking.
We're not gonna do crazy stuff.
Might go see a waterfall. And yeah, today wasn't too bad. I think tomorrow's going to be hotter. I think tomorrow is when it's going to start getting like significantly warmer. The past 3 days have been very cool and overcast in the mornings, so that's been nice. But I'm slightly more daunted about what's coming up tomorrow. But that's okay. I'm starting real early. I'll be starting around 4:30, and then I'll be wrapping up around probably 10:30. And then, yeah, we'll hang out, kill some time. Yeah, day 3. Moving on to day 4. I know of no better life purpose than to perish attempting the great and impossible. The fact that something seems impossible should not be a reason to not pursue it. That's exactly what makes it worth pursuing. Where would the courage and greatness be if success was certain and there was no risk? The only true failure is shrinking away from life's challenges. Day 4. We went to a waterfall after I was done. We got dinner at the old spaghetti factory. This morning was boring. It was just a very long, straight sidewalk. I found a lemon tree. I picked 3 lemons. I'm gonna eat these. I don't know with what or when, or I might put some of the lemon juice in my water. And yeah, out here in Redlands and at this hotel and just hanging out, about to watch something and maybe I'll play my Game Boy. And day 4, it was a very unchallenging day. Yeah. Yep. In the first 7 days of this journey, I dropped a total of 460 times, with 110 drops on day 1, 48 drops on day 2, 84 drops on day 3, 69 drops on day 4, 26 drops on day 5, 53 drops on day 6, and 70 drops on day 7. For the first week, I averaged 66 drops per day. Day 5, I had a bad morning. I started really early, but you'll notice right now I'm brushing my hair after showering. I showered because I cut today short because I sharted. It's true. It wasn't the worst shart. It was not the worst shart. Certainly not the worst shart of my adult life. But it wasn't great. It was not great.
You're right. You're not actually saying that in your video, right?
I'm gonna say it in my weekly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
This is
it's not on.
No, this is just for the exclusive content that you guys watching YouTube get. Yeah, because you guys that watch YouTube, you get the special stuff where I talk about how I sharted and the things that I forgot about on my trip, the music that I listen to each day, and how many times I drop per day.
I want to be involved in this video. Yeah, I'm in it. This thing's cool. Alright.
This guy. At some point in my adult life, I realized that my brothers really are my best friends. Everyone else is conditional or temporary. This guy.
That guy right there.
Yeah. So, are you ready to go to breakfast or what? Day 6. So, Jack's about to go to the airport. We're gonna go. You can put your bag down. I still got another 5 minutes. Jack's gonna go to the airport. I am just about packed up. We're checking out of this hotel. He's gonna drop me off back over near the Costco over that a ways, and I'm gonna meet up with my grandparents, Gijo and Joel, so that I can get settled in the motorhome that we're gonna be taking on the road. And then we're gonna grab some stuff from Costco to sort of prepare for getting into the desert, provided Jack doesn't clear out my wallet right now. Oh, never mind, it's already cleared out. But yeah, hey, day 6 was not too bad. Stop throwing my cards! Day 6 was not too bad. I started at 4 a.m., got up at 3 in the Uber by 3:30, and then started by 4 started walking, kept a really good pace, did just over 15 miles, and yeah, I mean, nothing really special to report. It was it was a quick day, nice and cool outside, and it's 11:09, so it's time for us to get out of this hotel. But yeah, today was not too bad, and tomorrow is probably going to be a little hotter. I'm definitely starting to get into less of a metropolitan area and more desert, so tomorrow should be getting me a lot closer to some hot, sandy, rocky area. So any messages for the people, Jack, before you head back to Florida?
A lot of people don't get enough zinc in their diet. Zinc. I just started taking it.
Zinc.
Yep.
That's it? Anything else? Any other words of wisdom? Any sage advice?
That's it. Focus on zinc.
You heard him, people. Get your zinc. As I prepare for each new day, I think of my wife, my dog, and my cat. I push through every moment of depletion, trepidation, and uncertainty by the love of my wife, who I, if for nothing else, am doing all of this to impress. Day 7. Today kicked my butt. I am currently working on this weekly video for YouTube, and I'm sitting inside of a Panda Express. Got into the motorhome yesterday with my grandparents. That is it out there. It's very comfortable. We are set up nicely. Gonna try to get out to do day 8 about 4 a.m. tomorrow morning as well. But yeah, I mean, I'm in the desert. I'm at least in the early part of the desert. There's still hills, and it's been kind of windy for most of the day. But there's a lot more dirt, and it's getting hotter. But yeah, I'm still glad to be doing this, and I'm happy with what's happened in the past week. I'm happy to have the support around me that I do, and I'm looking forward to continuing on to take the first step of week 2. Every stronger version of yourself is standing on the grave of who you used to be. So I choose to toil in the silences that I share only with myself, so that I may meet the person I will become on the other side of the horizon.